We're days away from ending this forsaken siege,
says William as we run toward the stables, making a sound that I have heard only from a snarling dog before. The aristocratic-looking paragon, Abraham, and I follow behind.
Colonel Braxton is 3 days' ride away right now.
William doesn't finish the thought. He can't. We find ourselves staring at a scene of absolute horror. As paragons, we pride ourselves on being unflappable, on being able to withstand any danger or foe without abandoning our missions. But what I see at the stable pen makes me sick to my stomach and shocks me to my core. The stable pen is empty, but the horses aren't gone. They're tangled, lying broken and twisted a short distance away. A few twitch and kick, and several cry out with otherworldly screams of pain. I gag and look away after seeing one of them trying to stand but faltering, further breaking its leg. Its pained scream causes me to look away.
Over here,
Abraham calls from the far side of the stable pen.
Someone cut a horse to let him out and chain him together.
Our two counterparts are quiet for a moment. The sounds of dying animals and far-off explosions fill the air.
I don't understand. How did the Senecans breach our line before they attacked?
William is aghast, and what little color there was in his cheeks has drained completely.
What kind of monster would do this? To innocent animals, no less.
The aristocrat says out loud to no one in particular. Another explosion shakes the ground, this one a little nearer than the last. Abraham gives me a knowing look and says,
It's him. It must be.
I nod.
Who?
The aristocrat asks, clearly confused by the exchange. Neither my brother nor I has a chance to respond.
Look,
William butts in.
whomever your quarry, he will have to wait. We need help. Jonas and I can't allow you to...
I know.
Abraham cuts him off. The two men stare at each other. Like children playing a game, both refuse to be the first to blink. Abraham gives in first.
We'll help you win this battle. Then we can resume our search. You have my word.
There's a part of me that doesn't believe it was my brother who uttered the words.
Very well. If we survive the night, you have our word that will aid you in your mission.
William says. He points toward the command tent, saying,
Jonas and I need to go see the colonel. Can you fortify the eastern flank?
Abraham simply nods, so I follow his lead, saying, We will head east. William awkwardly lingers for a second.
Good. Look, I'm sorry we hassled you. After all this is done, we'll have a laugh about the whole mess over a cigar and a bottle of brandy. What do you say?
Let's make it through the night first. I do my best to keep my tone pleasant, though it is a struggle. If this asshole thinks I'd ever sit down with him for a social call. The thought is interrupted by William beckoning Jonas and breaking into a jog toward the command tent. Jonas lingers for a moment, eyes narrowed on Abraham and me, before he gives it up and paces off into the black of night. I remove my Callahan and check the chamber to ensure it's fully loaded. It is, so I slap it back in with a satisfying click. I guess we're fighting then? Abraham sharply turns to me and gives me a look that's a mix between disappointment and confusion. It's like my words offend him.
We are under the direction of the Archon, Cass. This battle is meaningless to us, and we are allowed to walk away and prioritize our mission.
He then adds, disgusted.
I can't believe you've almost let that son of a bitch raid you.
His words wound me in a way that's difficult to rationalize. Why is it that brothers always know what to say to harm you the most? The army will lose this battle without us, Abraham. We have to help them. These are Calacan men, fighting for our Arcan, I might add. But my brother dismisses me with a curt gesture. Why is he treating me so rudely? I look to his hands to see if the tremors have started, but there are none. He takes a deep breath to compose himself.
Cass, he's here. Alexander's somewhere nearby. We might not get another chance at this. I think we need to split up and look for him. If he crippled the horses, he probably intended to escape. Doubt he was anticipating the Senecans would show up, though. That was a wrench in his plans. He's still somewhere. I can feel it.
He pauses to point to the western side of the war camp.
Start by checking the supply tents and the armories. He'll want to hit those before he runs.
He turns his gaze east, the direction William and Jonas ran off in.
I'll go that way. If you find him, don't take him on alone. Call to me through the meridian. I'll come back you up.
With that, he's gone. Didn't even give me a chance to answer, let alone speak up for myself. Abraham's moods have never been so erratic. Is this the rot or the man himself? Days like today make it hard to tell. Another cannon barrage scuttles my ability to think clearly, and a sense of dread anchors itself in my belly. It makes me feel like I'm making a mistake by going after Alexander West when we should be helping the army. Is the life of one spoiled princeling really worth more than thousands of soldiers? To Tiberian West, it might be. I curse and pass into the emptiness of the camp, my senses on high alert. The war camp is a complete contrast to what it was before our capture. What was once bustling with men moving about from tent to tent is now barren, with most the inhabitants called to arms at the eastern outer trench. Still burning campfires are the only evidence they were here. A sickly-looking dog sniffs around, roaming from tent to tent, and a shape catches my eye. A man with a rather pronounced limp disappears behind what looks like a supply tent. He wears conscript whites. I stalk forward, careful to conceal my movements. I position myself behind a nearby tent and hear a loud, brash voice barking out orders.
Damn it, Caleb! Hurry the hell up!
The owner of the voice expels an obnoxious sigh.
Curse Levi for sticking me with a cripple!
He says it in a way so that his disappointment can be heard. A peek around the corner of my hiding place reveals a dozen or so men, all conscripts by the look of their tattered garb, sorting through supplies. One of them in particular stands out. He is more than a head taller than everyone else. I'm a little surprised to see that he's not the leader I hear ordering them around. That man has his back to me, while the others are in various states of panic, sorting through the crates and barrels, looking for something specific. This one lords over the rest with a lantern. The giant yells out triumphantly.
I found it, Walter! It is here!
He attempts to lift a small keg onto his shoulder but fails, clenching his stomach and sucking in a painful breath through his teeth. He exhales, attempts again to lift the barrel and finally succeeds, hoisting it up to his shoulder. As I take my first step around the corner, I touch the meridian, and my senses and emotions are immediately heightened. I watch beads of sweat dropping off the conscripts. I smell the horse shit on their clothes. Everything turns crimson. The familiar red flecks flit by, clouding my vision. I focus on my first target, the big man, unbalanced as he is with the barrel on his shoulder. Clenching my quads, I prepare to engage the crimson step. As the big man with the keg turns his back to me and starts to jog away, I enter the meridian, relax, and let Atli's grace carry me past the cadre of conscripts as if they were trees rooted to the ground. All they will feel as I pass is a strong gust of wind. Once I've slid as far as my body is capable, I slow down and I approach the giant. I dig in my heels, but the mud here is especially slick and I skid to an unglamorous stop in the muck, teetering a little. Despite my lack of grace, the giant's eyes widen in shock at the sight of me. They're little red orbs that grow in recognition. Using the step always makes my vision worse for a spell, but I can't let it distract me. I draw my saber and wordlessly lash out for his throat. Inexplicably, my slash hits nothing but air. The swing spins me around, and I am forced to transfer the movement into a couple of ungainly steps. By the time I recover, I realize the big man has been knocked to the ground. In his place stands the conscript with the lantern. A wicked grin splits his face and his eyes glow red hot. The meridian burns. I feel it in my heart. This man has been touched by Atli's grace as well. As I feel his eyes glide over me like an unwanted caress, I realize it's him, the one who helped Alexander West escape from prison. Josiah grins at me dementedly, cocks his head and laughs.
You just made the biggest mistake of your life, lady.